ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace.
Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Houston Texans. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 23-yard line.
We're set! Like an egg!
Right front forward. What we got? What we got? What we got?
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Motion, motion, motion. '54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Look 54. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Here we go, here we go. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Tight dog, tight dog, tight 59. Shit, shit. 59.
Here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Hey, check right, check right. Watch 55. Watch the slant, watch the slant. Hey, hey, watch this, watch this.
54's down, he's coming. Hey, 31. Out.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Shoot. Slam. High 59. High 55. High 31. High 7.
Back to throw, Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. That one good for 26 and a first down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, got tight left, tight left. 4 down. Check 83, ball's going to 83. Bang.
High 24.
Mike 37. Watch the run. There we go. 37's the Mike 37. Here we go.
Now Cohen.
You ain't doing nothing today.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
Watch the screen. Watch the tail left. Watch twist. 59. Twist.
Alert flare. Big Dan.
Hey,
From the gun, here's Watson. That is caught by Cohen. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively, they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Come to my work. Check safety. Hatch it.
29.
Kill.
24.
Now it's Watson. Being chased out left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Two incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here.
Right there. 54 Mike. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
Again, it's Watson. And he's got it. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave me underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Set. 10-2 stop.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Check that.
Now.
They'll run on 1st down. Bradley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Watch the pass. Watch the end. Motion, motion, motion.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back.
You're set. 19.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Record.
Check 49.
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
I got you. Watch twitch.
At 24.
36, 36.
At 24.
Check hot route. Hot.
Line him up.
They'll try to run this one in. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Watson now to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Bradley. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Switch.
On 2nd down now, it's Bradley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Check nickel. Hey, Sue. Look at me. Go. Get it.
He'll look to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
1st down, Pittsburgh.
Down. 50, plant. Double up. Hey, Charlie. Mike, 53, Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. 53's the Mike, 53. Ready?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a completion to Wilson. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st.
Yeah, baby, let's go. Let's go.
1st down, Steelers.
Ready, set.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch one. Here we go. Check. Check.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Topper! Get wide! Slam! Watch out! Check 3! Five!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Set, 8, read. You. Kill.
They'll run on 1st down. Bradley. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Hey. You got three. Three down.
24 is the mark.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Switch it.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Well, he's going to have the hook up to QT. 23 yards on the play. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Check 24.
On 1st down, it's Watson. He'll find Miller. That's complete. Touchdown, Houston. Scott Miller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This will be fielded at the 8. A beautiful fake. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down. They'll look to throw.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, it's Bradley. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Steele. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. On the crossing route, complete. It's Steele. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for Juju Smith-Schuster. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 34. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. It's a kickoff return of 94 yards as his guys are back within a single score. Now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming.
Watch one. Hey. Under 10. 10. You go tight. You got tight right there. Fire.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Hill. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's set a tone, fellas.
This is Hill. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here's the set. 19.
54 Mike. Here we go.
On 3rd down, Christian. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Go. Check the backer. Mike 1.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And the Steelers first down.
Watch one. Yo.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Got it.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. Now a give right side. It's Bradley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bradley. And he gets it down to the 32.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
On 1st down, it's Bradley. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now back to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ready, ready. 53 is mine. Check. 53 is mine. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch it.
They'll run on first down. It's Bradley, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Steelers have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
At the 22-yard line.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Here's Watson. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
On first down, Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
24. Here we go, 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Here we go, 37's the Mike. Mike 37.
Now Watson. Flush to his right. Looking long for Thomas. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the second half at FedEx Field now. And the Jaguars have scored again, so they are in the driver's seat big time in that one. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll go with Hill here on first down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Set. 219. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. 54. Check tight. Check tight. Q. Hey, turn it out. Hey, 31. Lucky. Alert. Check. Down and go.
From the 36, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very fickle man.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
54. 24.
Shift. Watch the shift.
Off of play action, it's Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. T.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. He'll return it from the 6. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
On the ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Check 3. Check 99.
On first down, Bradley. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
He'll drop to throw. Caught. It's Wilson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards that time, but a Pittsburgh first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
On 2nd down now. It's Bradley. Oh, no, he lost the football. And he'll get it down here to the 43. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Hey, Alpha! Snap!
Looking to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Defense wins championships, baby. 54. Boom.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
You ain't going nowhere.
Hey, 31.
Now it's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Pretty quiet. Alert. Watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Go. Mike's 5-4. Go. Mike's 5-4. 26.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man is QT, complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Forced out to his left. And it's incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
We got to get to the ball, G. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Jumper. 55.
Now Watson. And he's got the hook up to Landry. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
You got to get the ball. Do you get the ball? 59. Check 31. Switch.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Right there. 54, Mike. It's just me and you. Big Ed.
54 down, he's coming. 29. 24. 6 guard. Check 6 guard. Check. Crunch. 31.
Turn up. Kill.
Watson. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. Finding room inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mike, 54.
In your face.
29.
Now it's Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
I got you. Hey, watch it.
Hey, alert. Switch. 59.
Alert 3.
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete as well. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away, as we just saw there.
Down 4 late, got to go for it here on 4th down.
54's Mike. Check.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Check Mike 54. Check back. Slip. Line up.
Watch that creep.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Steelers are close to finishing off this football game. Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the 4th down in New Orleans, and the Falcons have wound up winning that football game. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?